I wanted to make this video out of like a challenge with myself, because I noticed that lately I've been postponing all of the scripting and all of the planning around my channel because of a most basic performance kind of fear. I'm trying to distance myself from the thought that if something isn't perfect or isn't well prepared, then it's not worth creating or seeing or sharing. And as you can see, I probably picked the worst day to film myself because of the lighting, because of the fact that I'm not wearing makeup, because I'm on my period and my hair is dirtier than ever, and I've not picked an aesthetic outfit, didn't do any of that, and this is the biggest part of my challenge. Moreover, I've been into a little kind of shift for the first time in a while, because I'm really focusing on my spirituality all over again. Even though my first spiritual awakening was during the first quarantine in Italy, so in the late winter of 2020, February, March 2020, and since then my relationship with the divine has been fluctuating, and I had to study a lot and redesign my perceptions, my ideas around what a spiritual practice is, what kind of role I want to have, what kind of role I want spirituality to have in my life. And now that I'm 21, even though I'm still very young, I think I figured out a big part of it, a big chunk of it. And a few months ago, towards the end of spring, so like 6 months ago, something like that, I got in touch with Anna, which is priestess of Avalon, and the priestesshood of Avalon is a group of women that is recognized by international institutions, and is set mostly in Glastonbury, because in Glastonbury is located the temple of the goddess of Avalon. And I had the chance to meet her for a season celebration of Litha, I believe, which is one of the celebrations followed by pagans, and it comes from the Celtic tradition, and it's a proper religion. It's like it's a true institution in neopaganism. And yeah, so I had the chance to get to know her and get to know Kathy Jones, which is the head, let's say the founder of the Glastonbury Goddess Temple. And I got in touch with that, the philosophy of the temple, the philosophy of the followers of the goddess, the Lady of Avalon, and it really opened my eyes on many things, because for a while I knew what I wanted from a spiritual path. I wanted to be seen and recognized as a woman. I wanted to be part of a community that encourages the community itself, that encourages communication, but it also doesn't require any sort of basic preparation to join, because since there is no sacred text, there is no book to base your faith on, everyone is welcome, and there's a lot of freedom in this organization, in this practice. And as of now, I'm really trying to bask literally into the presence of the goddess, because with Anna, and I will tag her maybe down in the info box, I did a little course, a little journey to become, I don't know how to spell it in English, but it's like the Melissa of the temple, which is like a person. It doesn't have to be a woman, it could also be a man or anything in between, that acts in the service of the goddess and helps the priestess to do more practical things, like during celebrations or rituals of different sorts. She's like a right hand, and so yeah, that's what I've been doing lately that really impacted me, and I wanted to share this because I don't feel that as of now mostly young people are that open to discuss spirituality in a non-traditional kind of way. So when we are not talking about monotheist religions, or the most, let's say, famous ones like Buddhism, Hinduism, and so on. And I think that it's really important to know that there are alternatives, and not that any of those religions that I mentioned before are wrong, absolutely not. What I'm trying to say is that mostly in the neo-pagan world, there's always this kind of being lost in the midst of all the information, and really being like on your own. There is no recognized place or path that really one can follow, and a community to ask advices to. But I think it's very supporting to have something like that, and I'm very fortunate because since I've been lucky to find a temple, the goddess temple of Milan, that I could look for, that I could interact with, and I found a sort of community, people that share my same principles more than beliefs. Because one thing about from as I've learned so far about the followers of the goddess is that there's no fixed practice or path. There's a direction that you can follow, but that has to work for you first and foremost, and then you can maybe explore more kind of structured paths, but yeah, and so it's more like not necessarily a religious practice, even it's more like a philosophy of life, I would say. So something like more respecting the divine feminine, respecting nature, which is probably the most important belief in this practice, respecting whatever lives on the earth, from little bugs to animals to people, to the plants. Literally everything that has been created, it's worth of worship and protection and care, because we are intertwined with the planet that we live on. And so if we want to have the respect of Mother Earth from Gaia, then I think that we should give the same respect and stopping all of this exploitation talk of the earth and her resources and things like that. So I don't know, I think this video is just me yapping about whatever I feel is important at the moment to me, and that is really focusing more on my spiritual path, spiritual journey. And that's why I'm out today, a little bit because I'm feeling groggy because of my period, also because I really wanted to stay outside with Mother Nature and really just connect, because also this is something that has happened to me quite a lot, is that I've been feeling disconnected since autumn started, really. And I think it's something that really defines me, this kind of alienating myself from the world, a little bit because of my ADHD that I just recently got my sort of diagnosis, but also motivation comes in waves, and yeah, sometimes I just can't help myself, but with bad rotting and all of that, and just not using my potential, which I don't believe is necessary. I mean, even doing nothing is doing something, surviving, living. I don't believe in hyper performative kind of lifestyle. Also, like, I wish I could do more with my time and with myself. This new found spiritual direction and light could help me find out a little bit more about my presence in the world, and overall be more grateful for whatever I have and whatever I am, and that's important too. And so yeah, I think that's it. Now I think I will have a meditation, I will read a little, and once the temperature drops, I think I will simply head home and drink a cup of tea, something like that. Yeah, so if you have any question about whatever I said, please drop it down. I will be very happy to answer your questions and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's it, and sending love and light. I will see you soon.